Okay, let's get started. So find a nice seat. You can just sit, you know, cross-legged if you want to, and just turn inward. And just arrive by closing your eyes and finding your breath. In particular, today I want you to pay close attention to your spine, to your neck. Feel nice and tall. And make it your goal today to be really kind and loving to yourself. Because when you do that, you're much better able to give to others and be kind and loving towards them. But it starts with your relationship with your own physical body, mental body, spiritual body. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all notice the incredible beauty and grace that's always around us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. So today we're doing work on shoulders and neck and head. And so we'll just start by aligning your shoulders. So just think long side body, head of the arm bones back, and then broaden so you feel connected. And then just very slightly draw your chin back so you feel like your head is stacked properly on top of your spine. And don't do it so much that you feel like it's a lot of work. I always have to tell myself, okay, a double chin's okay sometimes just to lengthen up. You want your forehead and your chin to be perpendicular to the floor. Good. Now just bring your right hand off to the side and just let your ear kind of move towards your shoulder. And then bring your other hand up and over. Feel stretch. You feel seated and connected through both sits bones. You're just kind of working the left side of your neck. Good. Now turn your head or your face towards the floor. So look at your hand. And then tuck your chin again. And then move just slightly, just kind of exploring that left side of your neck. Do that a couple times. Just tuck it, move it to a different position so you can just kind of see where things might feel tight. Or maybe they feel good. And then turn your face forward again and stretch your opposite arm out to the side like you're pressing air down, and then move it back in space. You'll feel stretch on the side of your neck, maybe a different place. You can move your head around. You want to explore that a little bit. Good. And then come on up. Might have to lift that heavy head up and switch sides. Arm out to the side. Allow the head, the ear to drop towards the shoulder. One side always feels different for me. Add the arm if you'd like. Turn your face towards the floor. Tuck your chin and just kind of move it around. Explore a little bit. See where you feel, where those fibers feel tight. Just tuck and turn so you really feel long through the back of the neck. Good. And then turn your face forward and stretch the arm to the side. And for me, I have to move it back a little bit to really get that stretch going on the side of the neck. Good. And then coming back up. Hopefully you feel a little more freedom. Now, set your shoulders again so you feel really strong. Tuck the chin and allow your head to move forward so you feel a stretch in the back of the neck. And then bringing the head up. Keep that connection, so the chin moving back. You don't have to tilt your head back very much if it doesn't feel good, but I'm gonna just tilt my head back, but I have to keep thinking, I want to stay connected. I want to keep the back of the neck long, even though I'm arcing it back. If you feel like you need to support it, you can bring a hand up to support it. Your head weighs a lot when you're doing things like this. Good, and then bring it back up. Try not to get dizzy when you do that, and then bring it forward again. Keep the shoulders really strong and set, so you just feel stretch in the back of the neck. And then one more time, up, and maybe back. And then supporting it as you bring it up. Good. Now, bring your arms out to the side. Think long side body, head of the arm goes back, broaden. And then just starting at the shoulders, just outer spiral your arms. So think outer spiral, the palms will turn up. And then go the opposite way, inner spiral. Try not to move your shoulders too much. So you're just rotating it in the socket. So you might not be able to turn it as much as you think you should. Just want you to feel really connected. And do that again. Think of really broadening, lengthening up through the top of the head still. I want you to just notice how the neck and the shoulders are so connected. Good. One more time. Good. And then find a neutral position where the hands are forward and bend the elbows. And then lock the thumbs and do jazz hands. So just spread the fingers and pull the thumbs apart. Notice your shoulders when you do that, and then see if you can stretch the arms up. Feeling that really causes your armpits to stay hollowed out. It feels like the outer upper arm kind of moves forward when you're pulling like that. Good. And release. Switch the thumb that's in front and do it again, just to see if it feels any different. Long side body, head of the arm is back, broaden, pull, jazz hands, and extend. And breathe. Good, and then release. Oh, a lot, right? Come on up to standing. And you're gonna find a wall space. You guys at home did this on Tuesday, so you know. So you don't need a lot of wall space, like a couple feet. And yeah, you can come up here. Nobody's gonna see you guys. Bring your right hand on the wall, and you should be your hand and actually your wrist should be shoulder height. Yeah. And then bring your left hand to your hip. Think long side body, head of the arm bones back. Broaden, lengthen up through the top of the head and press the hand into the wall. And breathe. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I feel nothing at all anywhere, you can just explore by turning the fingers back a little bit. If you can get more of a push, feel still just as connected through the shoulders, or even so the thumb is moving up and over, maybe even point the fingers down a little bit. Good, and then relax for a moment and just take a step closer to the wall so that your elbow is on the wall, your forearm, your elbow is the same height as your shoulder, your hands flat, and do the same things. Think alongside body, have the arm bones back, broaden, and press the forearm into the wall. And then with this variation, if you want more stretch, perhaps turn out a little bit. Keep your shoulders and your hips in the same, pointing the same direction. I like to keep my hand on my hip. You don't have to, just because it reminds me to activate and broaden. Don't let your low ribs pop out. Think tall through the back of the neck, through the top of the head, like there's a string pulling you up. Good, and release. And we'll switch sides. So left hand on the wall. You want to be far enough away from the wall that your hand comes easily, right hand on the hip, and you're not like leaning into the wall. You're just thinking long side body, head of the arm bones back, broaden, low ribs connected, tall, and then press. And then you can explore what position the fingers can be in to make it feel like a really good and worthwhile stretch. And maybe turn the fingers down. Yeah. Really good, you guys. Check your core. And then release and step closer for the elbow, hand, forearm. Set up first, shoulders connected, everything working. Tall, and then if you want to, turn away, press into the wall, keep pressing. I have to remind my right shoulder to activate. Draw the low ribs down, hips and shoulders are in the same plane. Good, and one more breath, and release. Oh. Good, now just, I want you to bring your bum on the back wall and walk your feet forward a little bit. And then bend your knees. So you're just sitting on the walls, and you don't want your knees to be in front of your ankles. So yeah, bring your feet in just a little bit, Helen. You're doing more of a squat. There you go. You don't have to go that deep though. Okay, and then notice your sacrum's on the wall. And I want you to do long side body, head of the arm bones back, broaden, and see if you can, ooh, that feels chilly. Your scapula on the wall. And then bring the back of your head on the wall. So you can feel a curve in your neck and in your low back. Just notice that pressing your head back and lengthening through the top of the head helps your core stay strong. And then if you want to, you can add the arms. So if you got everything aligned, you stretch your arms up and just bring your thumbs against the wall and press the thumbs. Now, if it doesn't feel good on your shoulders, don't do it. It's okay. And stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just bring your hands down and press forward and straighten your legs. And then come to a forward fold with your bum against the wall. Just kind of, if you're feeling it, just let your head drop to lengthen out the back of the neck. Again. Check in with the backs of your legs. You can just let your shoulders slouch in this position. And then find your hands on the wall. Bend the knees again in that seated position. And set up again. So think, okay, I feel my sacrum, feel all parts of my feet engaging, sacrums against the wall, alongside body, head and arms back, broaden, scapula against the wall, back of the head against the wall. You've got not just your legs are working, the rest of you is working too. Add the arms if you want. Thumbs against the wall. Yeah. If you can put weight in your heels and in the balls of the feet. Draw your low ribs towards each other. And breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands against the wall, straighten the legs. And fold again. And we're going to do it one more time. Bend your knees. Set up. Allow the head to help you. Add the arms if you like. You knew the wall could be so much help, right? I like to play with just feeling the different parts of my body working. So shoulders, head, neck, core, quads, even calves, shins. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands against the wall, straighten the legs and fold. And come on up And just for fun, before you bend your knees, bring your right ankle over your left and then see about sitting. Just for a moment. Just to keep your hands on the wall to help you hold strong. Nice. Good. Come on out. Straighten the legs momentarily so you can get the ankle up there and then bend into it. Ooh, keep the hips even. And come on out. Help yourself up. Come on up to standing and come back to your mat. And come to a forward fold. You can use your blocks if you need to. Allow your head to just drop. And then step back to a downward facing dog. And be very mindful as you set your shoulders up here. So think long side body, head of the arm back, and then broaden. And then allow your, think long back of neck, allow your head, your ears to kind of be right in between your arms. Notice how that feels. You can keep your knees bent if you want. Your hamstrings aren't quite ready for that. Think long through the top of the head, through the back of the neck. And I want you to work the neck a lot. Just feel like, and then slowly let your head drop towards the floor a little bit, but feel like it's connected. So you're just getting that neck stretch. Good. And then go ahead and lower your knees and come down to a child's pose. Monitor the breath. Just make your way back to a downward facing dog and getting that really good connection through shoulders and back of neck. I want you to shift forward to a plank pose and just kind of just be aware of your shoulders as you do this and what changes. You kind of have to lift the head a little bit more, keep the shoulders broad, maybe even puff up a little bit on the back of the shoulders. Good, and then push back to downward facing dog. Go really slow so you can just kind of see what your habits are as you shift forward and back. I want to do that one more time. So shift forward, just go super slow, just kind of feeling your connection through the shoulders, both sides as you come forward. And then move back, downward facing dog. And then walking your hands back towards your feet, come to a forward fold again. And slowly roll on up to standing. And turn inward, excuse me, and take a wide stance on your mat so you can see each other. You can stick your tongue out at each other. And if you have super tight shoulders and you want to use a belt for this, you can. I want you to just, yeah. So if you're using a belt, your thumbs point in as you grab the belt, and then you can just turn the knuckles towards each other. The rest of you, just think long. Everyone, bend your elbows, think long side body, head of the arm bones back, broaden, and just feel your core engage, and then interlace your hands behind you, and then maybe stretch the knuckles back. Now notice what happened to your neck. Did your chin pop forward? So think long back of neck, long through the top of the head. And I want to keep that as I slowly fold forward. You have to really pay attention. Your head's heavy, remember? So you have to allow that, and then bring your arms over top. And now just let your skull drop to the floor. If you're in a position where you're low enough, and just see if you still feel that connection through the shoulders in a forward fold. Sometimes I kind of turn to the right and to the left. You'll feel more stretch in the shoulders. You want to try that, you can, but just be really mindful. And then slowly come on back up. Standing. Release your arms, step your feet together. Feel good? Okay, come to the front of your mats, grab your blocks. And just have them beside your feet. Bend, hook your thumbs again. Bend your elbows. Long side body, head of the arm rolls back. Broaden. Jazz hands, pull the thumbs and stretch up. Good. And then arc to your right. And come on up. And arc to your left. Good. Come back up. Release the thumbs. Keep the arms up. And on an exhale, fold forward, hands to the blocks. Step your left foot back. Deep lunge. And just kind of feel the stretch. And then lower the back knee. And slowly come upright, making your way. Paying attention to the shoulders and to the head. Stretch your arms up, Anjane. And breathe. Good. And sweep down, touch the blocks, lift the back knee, and step forward. And switch, right foot back, deep lunge. And noticing. And lower the back knee when you're ready. Come upright, just being very mindful. Back, shoulders, neck, stretch up. Good, and touch down. Lift the back knee and step back. Downward facing dog on the blocks if you want. And then come on down to your knees. Set your blocks off and transition to your back. So once you get there, I want you to just hug your knees into your chest. Just notice that feeling. Now, lift your legs up so your shins are parallel to the floor. And reach your head up and interlace your hands behind your occipital point. Now, this is going to be super key. I want you to think, I'm not just cranking my head forward if I lift my head. I'm lengthening the back of my neck and lengthening through the top of my head as I kind of, you can help it with your hands, like pull the occipital point up and then you resist with your head. Okay, so try that. Lift your head, maybe your shoulders, and then very slowly extend the right leg, hug the left knee a little closer. And then keep that action going and switch. Extend the left leg, right knee comes closer. And keep going. Every time, check your neck and see if you're supporting it, see if you're lengthening. Keep breathing. When your body says, okay, I've had enough, you can lower down. Anyone feeling anything in their core? One more time each side. Good, and release down. Hug your knees in. And everyone roll to your side. Just roll to the middle so you can see each other. And come up on your forearm. And your knees are going to be bent, your feet kind of in the same line as your core. And your hand in front can support you. Now think long side body, head of the arm molds back, broaden so you really feel strong on this shoulder. And you're, look at me, you're gonna just press into your forearm and your feet. Lift your knees and your hips and lower. So it's kind of a side body workout, but you're really challenging your shoulders. So see if you can keep them strong as you do that. So lift and lower. If your knees don't lift, it's okay. 3. It's strengthening the shoulders, the side body. One more time. And release. Good. And then just lay down on your shoulder. And then turn your upper body towards the ceiling. Hug your knees in a little closer. And then interlace behind that occipital point again. And think, okay, I'm going to lift here and point my top elbow towards the top knee. But you're going to think long through the neck, through the top of the head. So it's just a side body workout. So try it. Lift, turn, feel the side body work, and lower back down. And keep going. So lift, feel the side body working, and lower. The side of the neck and the side of the body. 3, 4, 5. Relax. Bring the knees up so you're on your back again. Your hands are still behind your head if you want. Lift the shins parallel to the floor. It always helps me if I think I'm lengthening the back of my neck and I'm lengthening through the top of my head. So lift the head first. Think of that lengthening. Extend the right leg. And switch. Just keep going. Last time, each leg and release. Hug your knees. And now that you know where you're going, roll to the other side. You won't need to see anybody. Come up on your forearm. I always have to get my knees a little closer to feel like I'm strong enough through the feet. Think long side body, head of the arm bones back, broaden, really feel strong in your shoulders. That's what I want you to feel. And then lift and lower 5 times. Checking your shoulders, checking your core. 3, 5, good. And then lay on your shoulder, roll the upper body open a little bit, interlace behind the head. Think long neck, long through the top of the head, lengthen as you lift. Feel the stretch in the side body and in the side neck. 3, 4, 5. It's like a side crunch. Good, and roll to your back. Hug your knees in. And roll to your side and push on up to seated. I'm going to have you grab your blocks and bring them kind of to your foot. And then stretch your legs out long. And then just kind of pull the legs into the socket. And then just with your hands either on the blocks or beside you, think Dandasana. So if your hamstrings prevent this, bend your knees a little bit, press the heels in, think long side body, head of the arm bones back, broaden. And then maybe add the arms. You can feel everything connected, feel long through the back of the neck. And then maybe lean forward slightly. You can bring your hands down the floor to the feet if that's available to you. And just come into a Paschimottanasana. Breathing, pressing the heels down, lengthening through the top of the head, supporting your neck, or supporting your head with a strong neck. And then come on, back up. Does that help your neck? Okay, now I'm going to turn this way. Actually, scooch forward on your mat a little bit. I decided that this helps because you can slide your feet better. And we're just going to try this and see what happens, right? So you're going to bring your hands on the blocks. I like mine flat. And then long side body and broaden, but don't necessarily, you want the head of the arm bones in the socket, but you're not gonna, your scapula might be rounded back there, and you're gonna just push into the blocks, lift up, slide your hips back. Good, and then slide forward and release. Yeah, good. And just do that a few times, and then Jeanette already did it. If you you want to, you lift, you slide back, and lift your feet. See if that works. Just play. It's okay. Even if you only get a little inch off the floor. Yeah. Try it without the blocks. I know. It's just kind of fun to play. Good. Yeah, me too. Okay, now relax for a moment. Good job. And just bend your right knee and then lift it up and bring your elbow on the inside and just bring the hand on the outside. So you're just going to kind of move it forward and back. Keep really strong your core. Just keep going. This is called big toe to ear pose. It's not really there, but it's okay. Good. Good. And then this is the work now. Bring the leg on the outer arm or even up on the shoulder and see if you can bring the hand down and then let go and see if you can hold the leg there. You have to really hug in. Good. Yeah. And then you can see, just like you did before, you could use the blocks here, I suppose, too. You could lift up and see if you can lift that foot. Hug, hug. And it's okay. The real work is just trying to hold your leg there and keeping it there because it's when you hug in, notice how your core engages more and your neck feels strong. Just do that hugging action, and then the other part comes. That's it. Good. And release. Whew. I know. Getting a little crampy right there. Yeah. Just massage your quads a little bit. That feels kind of good. We worked them hard against the wall too, right? Okay, let's try the other side. So bend the knee. Remember to protect that knee. You can reach the arm on the inside if you want. You can hold, just wherever it feels good. And just bring it forward and back, just being really mindful. Your shoulders, your head, and your neck. I want you to get in the habit of really connecting your shoulders so you don't, when you do stuff like these hand balances, it doesn't really throw it out of whack, right? Because this is a lot of weight on one shoulder and not on the other. So you have to protect them both and keep that. And now try the hand down. Think broaden shoulders, really connect, and then see if the leg will stay there. Good. And then see, you can play with lifting the bum if you want. You got it. Woohoo! And good. It's so satisfying when you do, little things like, oh, I never did that one before. That's good. Go ahead and come on to all fours. And just notice your head position in all fours and see if you can really set the shoulders and the neck and head. And then as you move into cow, you lift your head right at the end, but then can I still have that feeling of length and support? And then round to cat in the same way. Think, okay, I'm kind of tucking my chin to lengthen. I'm just making that nice arc. And then just do that a couple more times, just really noticing. Time. Feels good, right? And good. Bring the hands forward, come up to a downward facing dog. Walk it out. Noticing head position again. Beautiful. And step your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Use the blocks if you want to. And then just notice as you come up, so actually do a pranam. So pranam, inhale. Just notice how you support your head in a pranam and fold. And then as you come all the way up, how you support your head and extend your arms. And bring hands to heart center. I'm going to do one sun salute. So inhale, lift them up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. Noticing that nice long neck and fold. Step the right foot back to a deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. And come up to warrior two position. And feel the lower body set. But then add the arms by thinking long side body, head of the arm bones back, broaden and extend the arms. And just turn that nice long neck to look forward over your hand. Warrior two. Notice how when you connect your shoulders and lengthen up through the top of your head, your core just kind of adds in. Good. Now it's really hard to keep that as you straighten the front leg and fold into triangle. Sometimes I like to turn and keep my gaze at the floor so I can think, okay, draw the chin back and then turn the face forward and lengthen up through the top of my head. Ooh, good. And into the front knee. Reach the right hand to the floor, turn the back heel up. And step back, downward facing dog. Notice your shoulders, your head position, your neck. Come forward to plank. And lower down. See if you can keep the shoulders just as strong and broadening as you lower down. Good. Come up to cobra and think of, sometimes people just really let their head go back in cobra. Have it be a long back of neck, healing and lengthening. And lower down. Curl the toes, push back. Down dog. And your choice of how you get to a deep lunge, you can extend the right leg and step it through. You can do it a different way, your choice. Ground the back foot down. Make your way. Warrior two. Just take your time setting up with your arms and your core. Add the arms. Broaden. Look out. Use the back of the head, really lengthen through the top of the head. Warriors look really strong, right? When you use your head, that happens. Engages your core more. Everyone bend just a little deeper. Think I can do this. Good, straighten the front leg. Really support your head as you fold to triangle. You can turn your face to look at the floor. Think, tuck the chin just a little bit to lengthen out more. And then see what happens if you turn back forward. Lengthen through the top of the head. Trikonasana. Broaden the shoulders. Really feel connected. Scapula on the back. Nice. Bend the front knee. Touch the hand down. Step back. Downward facing dog. And go ahead and lower the knees. And swivel the feet to come down to your backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll side to side a little bit. Calming. Good. And then widen your knees. Bring your elbows on the inside. Lift your feet up towards the ceiling. And reach up and grab the feet for happy baby. You can grab ankles, shins, or feet. And then do this. Just press your feet into your hands. And then relax a little bit and just roll side to side. Massage the low back a little bit. Protecting your shoulders, even feeling the long neck here, maybe even straighten your legs if that feels good for you. Good, and then release the feet in that wide position, bring them to the mat, and bring your arms to cactus. And just do a few windshield wipers, but notice the long back of neck. Press your head down, scapula back, and then engage the rest. So both knees to the right and then to the left. Good. And then when you're evened out, pause, bring the knees up, bring the feet right under the knees. And again, just notice the shoulders set, bring your hands by your hips. The shoulders set, scapula back or even underneath, maybe a little closer together. Long back of neck, long through the top of the head, and then just press into your feet and lift your hips. Setu Bandha. Should feel really easy on your neck. If it doesn't, regroup, think long. Maybe you can even interlace your hands underneath you. Your arms stay long, then it works. Which I really want you to notice is that If you're lengthening your neck, it feels really easy. Good, and lower down. Bring your arms back away from your hips. How about on your belly? Bring your soles of your feet together. Let the knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. And then bring the knees back up with your feet close. Just bring your right knee over your left. Arms back to cactus. So you're really using your upper body. Lift the knees up and just start to make some small circles there. And switch directions. You can make as small or as big a circles as you want. Good, and then release and switch sides. So left ankle on right, lift and make circles, whichever way feels good to start. And then switch directions. Good, and then release and stretch out for Shavasana. See what position your shoulders need to be in for it to feel really comfortable for your back and your neck. Maybe you even need a little something under your under the back of your head for it to feel super comfortable. And tapping into the breath. Relax and then arrive in a really relaxed state where you don't have to support yourself at all. You just allow the floor to support you. Allow your breath to support you. And just start with your neck. Relax every muscle there that you've been challenging. Relax your jaw. Relax your brow and your eyeballs. Work down through the rest of your body, just noticing your clavicles, scapula, arms, your hands, palms, fingers. Relax your belly, low back, your quads, rest of your legs and feet. Turn your thoughts to your breath again and think to yourself, I'm just going to say so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. It's like a linguistical representation of your breath. So, um, so, um, wanted to share a little reading from Don Miguel Ruiz, who's the author of the Four Agreements. And it's based on Toltec philosophy. He says, this is completely natural and true in every single human. We are love. We are the creators of love, and there's never a reason not to love. Whatever has happened that makes you want to withhold love, I invite you to remember that it's nothing personal. Whatever happened is really nobody's fault. In that same way, you don't blame anyone for what you do. You don't blame anybody for the pain that you feel. Your whole world is your creation, and only you have the power to change it. And the way to change it is to bring more love to any situation, not less, because love is exactly what you are. Noticing that the flow of your breath is still with you. We invite a little bit deeper breath. And then start your transition on up to seated. Just move as slowly as you'd like. Once you find a nice seat, I just want you to notice if the position of your shoulders really supports your neck and head. Maybe even move your head back and forth a few times, just kind of checking in. Bring hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thanks for a big class. You guys did great. Have a great weekend. Thanks, you guys at home.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.